Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Iron from Mialoon. Did I remember to take my karaoke filter off? No, I didn't. God damn it! Every day I die. Our souls are reverbing like your mic. Yeah, that's the resonance of our souls being connected by fate. That's what it directly sounds like, by the way. Anyway, hey. Hi. It's just a very epic Ohanaki. The only way it would be an epic Ohanaki is if I did it with no BGM. Because I think my BGM is playing. It's doing that thing where I can't hear it on this particular loop right now, so I don't know for sure. It's probably working. It's probably fine. Anyway. Hey. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Happy OniMon. Hope you guys are doing good. I have had probably one of the longest days in my life today because my neighbors woke me up at 2 a.m. By slamming around, throwing fits, as you apparently do at 2:30 a.m. And no matter what I did, couldn't go back to sleep. So I got out of bed at like 3:30 a.m. And I was awake literally for 12 straight hours after that. I managed to take a nap in the afternoon for like 90 minutes. So I did recharge my energy slightly. But also, fun fact, when I don't really get a lot of sleep and when I kind of force myself through the rest of the day, I do this cool thing where I get really nauseous and I feel really sick. So I've been feeling really sick today. It's only just managed to start settling down, so don't worry. I'm okay right now. I do still feel it a little, but like, it's finally starting to die down. Of course, it takes until like 8 p.m., but still. I'm okay, we're still back. I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. But yeah. Yes, still. Admittedly, they have gotten better at not really being super noisy all the time, but something was in the water last night, I guess. Because they were very loud. I don't know what it was, but it was like loud slamming on the floor and then loud slamming on the walls for like 10 straight minutes. So it like startled me awake and then I couldn't get my body to go back to sleeping. So I was like, well, shit. Happens. But it's okay. So I've had like what feels like a very long day because I was awake for so long. And then even when I managed to get a little bit of rest later, it was only for like 90 minutes. And then I also had like a separate 45-minute eyes closed, enter the void moment. I don't think it was really sleeping, but I closed my eyes and then I heard my alarm go off. Actually, no, I woke up like 5 minutes before the alarm, and then I was just on my phone until it rang. Hey. Anyway, I missed it because it happened like right around when I started the stream, but beep beeps! Thank you for the 12-month resub at tier 1. I don't know why it's saying 12 months, but you've been subscribed for 10. I don't understand why Twitch does this with its notifications, but congratulations, subiversary. Wahoo, yippee, yay. But yeah, I missed that, because it happened while I was on the loading screen, so wanted to make sure I got the thank you in for that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you kindly. Hello? Is this where the OniMon happens? It is! This is OniMon 101. Can you believe? We're finally back at counting from 1. Cute. Do better. Josh Knowles, thank you for the $20 tip. Money for Oni. Money for Oni! Thank you, thank you. Super appreciated. Oni's got purchases. Oni's got purchases and expenses, so every little bit is always very helpful. Thank you, thank you. explaining OniMon basics this time. OniMon 101 sounds like we're in class. That's so true. There's numbers over 100. Yeah! This is the 101th. 101 introduction to OniMon. Technically, the introduction to OniMon was the very first OniMon stream. Because literally the entire premise of that stream was explaining what Onigashima Monday was meant to be. Though I don't actually remember how that description went over, and I don't really remember what happened after I finished explaining. Because there really wasn't much to say. This is what happens. We didn't rewatch the first OniMon on the 100th, so I don't remember what happened in there. We keep failing the subject. I mean, there are probably times where failure has occurred, but I don't think you've, like, overall failed. I'm sure if I were to rank your performances overall 100 OniMons, it would be mostly positive. Mostly. Hi, Yuno. Hi. Hi, Tomoe Carmine. Hi. Hi, Tomoe. Welcome in. It's Monday. There's an Oni. We yap. Yeah, those are the 3 components. Once you get those down, it kind of makes sense from there. Although, back when I first described it, that was also back when OniMon had set topics. So, technically they're supposed to be topics, but not anymore. I took the topics away because they were kind of restrictive. Monday, but the O is censored. Yeah, true. Monday, derogatory for most people. But, you know, I think that we have managed to turn Mondays into a bit of a positive thing because we always have this chatting time. Not to brag or anything. Not to brag or anything, but I think that I've had enough people saying that OniMon is the highlight of their Monday that I have probably fixed at least some perception of it, as long as I am consistent with OniMon, which I do usually try to be. You yap for like 6 hours though, who needs topics? Well, back when it first started, that was back when I was still trying to get used to yapping for a long time. So admittedly, I did have to have like a set topic for the 2-hour-ish mandatory like minimum allotment. I had to have something to come back to because that was when I was still learning how to do yapping and stuff. But honestly, I guess one could argue that having the topic OniMons for as long as I did eventually make me a better yapper. I mentioned this during the 100th too, but I do think that overall I have grown a lot through doing OniMon every Monday. And I think now I have, again, I've reached a point now where I don't need a topic and I can just kind of go off on whatever, which is fun for me. And it's more fun to me than having the topic, because also one of the things about having the set topic, at least with Damadachi, is that you guys love to make me try and go off topic. And there were usually times where management would be like, so your stream says that you were supposed to be talking about this topic, but you only talked about it for like 10 minutes. And then the rest of the stream you were talking about whatever. That's going to make your stream seem a little misleading because you're not talking about the same topic for long enough. And I'd just be like, well, you see, when you're streaming, it's kind of hard. Especially when you have a chat like mine. So there were a couple times where I would get scolded, and then there would be streams where I'd have to try and corral you guys to stay on the topic a bit more for the sake of the consistency. But that's why I don't really do topics anymore. But it's also because we don't have to really be judged for that kind of thing. Now people kind of know what they're getting into because they realize that it's just like a weekly chatting moment. TM, which I think is a good change. It's a good shift. Staying on topic for more than 5 minutes. That's what I mean. I have the set topics, but then, like, you know, it wouldn't stay for long. But I also preferred it that way, too, because I like having the, like, natural back and forth of conversation. So I always kind of struggled to figure out how to balance, focusing more on the topic, like what was wanted of me, and then also letting us talk naturally. That was always a fun thing to try and figure out for myself. But the topics definitely helped in the beginning, and I think now, as has been stated, now I can yap for like up to 6 hours. Usually OniMon tends to float around like 3 minimum, usually 4 minimum if I'm feeling particularly well. But sometimes it can go even longer depending on how locked in I get on chatting. But you know, having it be on a Monday means it's probably better to not be too late. Most people do have to work. The view under this bus sure is something. I didn't fully blame you. It was also like mostly on me for allowing the conversations to meander away. What would you even bring to a picnic? Me? I probably would not be trusted with any of the food, and I would just be bringing like dishes and silverware and maybe a beverage. Like I'd probably be in charge of bringing like a bottled drink to pour for everybody. And then like the little mini cups and stuff. I would not be bringing any of the food. Bringing good vibes, maybe not even that. Oof. Don't bring bad vibes to the picnic. That's not gonna be a fun time for anybody. No, it's okay. I trust you. You would bring good vibes. We would be chillin'. I would bring my fiance's homemade bagels or cookies. Oh, those both sound really good. Those both sound pretty banger. She brings the games like ring toss. No, I'd bring cornhole. Y'all know ball. Do we like cornhole in this house? Cornhole was one of my favorite picnic games to play during like summer barbecues and stuff. I'll bring whole raw tomatoes. Okay. I won't eat any, but I'm sure that there will be people that enjoy it at the picnic that are not me. Cooler with pop. Sorry, Pepsi. Yeah. No, I get it. Gotta have all of the Coca-Cola products in there. I would probably drink a Sprite. I don't usually go for the fizzy drinks that often, but I think for a picnic I would. Barbecue chimpkin and mac salad. Ooh, I'd be interested in a mac salad. Barbecue chicken, it depends on the type of barbecue sauce. I don't really like barbecue sauce that's too sweet. I like it to be more on like the smoky and like kind of more savory than sweet scale. So it depends on the kind of barbecue sauce. Sounds like it'd be yummy though. Homemade bagels may or may not have been 37% of the reason why I said yes when I proposed. Honestly based. I get it. I probably would too. Ice cream would be nice for a picnic. Fruit popsicles would be fantastic. I would love fruit popsicles. My favorite popsicles are the ones that are in those like plastic squeeze pouches and you kind of like squeeze them out in order to eat them. I love the green ones. I used to eat those all the time during the summer when I was a kid. And I pretty much would like beg and plead to get the green one. I liked some of the other flavors sometimes, but I always really wanted the green, so I'd have to like beg to be allowed to have the green one. I know that's funny. What? You know Hanaki liked green? Green was lime. Lime popsicles are banger. Otter Pops, yeah. Yeah. Green, purple, and blue are my favorites. Oh. I never really cared for purple. Blue, I could tolerate. I think if I couldn't have green, I usually wanted red. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I chose. I don't entirely remember. It's the main thing that is in my memory are the times that I got the green ones. So I don't really remember the alternative colors. I mostly remember having the green, which means I usually won when it came to asking for it. Yeah, that was usually our post-swimming treat. the babysitter that I went to had a pool, a pretty decent pool, all things considered. So like most of the days that we would be there during the summer, if the weather was good, we'd swim a lot, and then we'd hang out on the deck afterwards, and that's when she would bring out the popsicles. Yum. Nothing better than swimming for a couple of hours and then coming out of the water to chill on your towel with a popsicle. Man, I miss summers as a child. I loved orange. Could never be me. I've already explained my hatred of orange flavors. That was one I always had to make sure I, like, definitely avoided. Orange was, like, bottom of the list. You said yum like a me? Not on purpose. That's just how I talk, bro. But maybe it's because Hitomi and I have been playing so much Tomodachi Life. Maybe the me speech is starting to infect me slightly. No school, no responsibilities, those were the days. Yeah. Big true. But I also just got more chances to, like, swim a lot during summers when I was young. Because I remember not only, like, the babysitter's pool, but then also, like, actually going to, like, water parks. And then, like, there was also, would it count as more of a lake or a not a river? Would it count as a river? I don't know. I forget. Body of water. But there was, like, a body of water that we would have, like, picnics near, and then we would swim in the water. I liked that, too. I used to go to the public pool a lot. There was, like, a pool that I think Onimama had a membership to, so we used to go there, like, a little bit. I know I went there for swim lessons. I think the bulk of my swimming was at my babysitter's pool, though. Good times. I keep thinking about wanting to get back into swimming. I think that was kind of my favorite form of exercise. I guess besides dancing, because I really like dancing as exercise, too. But I keep thinking about getting back into swimming. I guess I would have to sign up for a gym membership at a place that has a pool. But I haven't gone swimming in ages. I think the last time I went swimming was definitely pre-Panini. Yeah, that had to have been the last time. Someday I'll go again. Public pool behind my house as a youngin', so naturally my brothers and I were there a lot. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I didn't live close to a public pool. I think I used to be one of those kids that had, like, one of those, like, tiny kiddie pools. And then I think there was also a time where Onimama got us one of those, like, inflatable, slightly bigger pools to play in. But I think there was, like, a summer where I had to decide if I wanted to get a new inflatable pool or if I wanted to finally get a trampoline, and I think I chose the trampoline. And so we didn't have any pools after that. The trampoline was a better investment. You could use it for longer. Does Yuno still know how to swim? Yes. I know how to tread water. I know how to front stroke. I'm not as good at swimming on my back, but I can float on my back. And I'm capable of kind of, like, steering myself around on my back. Not like backstrokes, but I can, like, kind of swim on my back. I probably don't remember how to dive anymore. Probably the downside. But I can, like, basic swim. So, like, doggy paddle slash front stroke slash kind of breaststroke. Yeah. Swimming as exercise feels weird. I'm underwater and I still feel like I'm drenched in sweat. I don't have that problem, personally. I just like the feeling of being in the water more than I do doing other kinds of exercise. Like, I know that swimming is a lot of, like, effort and exertion, but I guess there's something about it that feels more fun to me. And maybe it's just the temperature of the water that makes it feel less, like, exercise. But I don't know. I really like it. That's why I miss it a lot. The Oni yearns for the water. And I guess this means that if me and Loon ever met up and we happened to be in a place that had, like, a pool or a body of water, I would probably have to be the one that helps that helps Kaya maybe learn how to swim. Maybe. I don't know if I'd be able to fully teach her, mostly because I don't think she would listen to me, but I would try to help her learn how to swim so she doesn't flail about. Swimming is a favorite exercise for me. It keeps me cool while working out. Yeah, I just think it's like a fun way to exercise too, because you don't even have to do something super like complex when it comes to like swimming as exercise. Just the act of being able to swim for a decent period of time will usually do you some good. A pirate that can't swim, the irony. Well, there's always like something with a VTuber brand, right? Where like, oh, well, my character concept is this thing, but I'm actually this. Like they do that sort of like dichotomy a lot. Because there's always people who will be, I don't want to say swindled, that's not quite the right word, but there's always gonna be people who are like, oh wow, they're this thing but different. That's so cool. They're this thing, but they actually have this thing about them that makes it so they don't like thing. So there are probably people who are super into the idea of a pirate who can't swim, or like, you know, an angel who's actually lewd, or like whatever, things like that. I feel like the longer I don't swim, the more scared of it I get. I can understand that. Like, it feels like the muscle's starting to rust over, you know? Like, you're not really sure if you'll be able to tap back into it. I hadn't swam for a long time until the last time I went to a pool. Which, again, pre-Panini, so it was a while ago. But I was able to swim just fine. And I enjoyed being in the water. I think it can come back to you. I also think I had the benefit of, like I said, I took swim lessons when I was little, and then I also was just in the water, like, the entirety of my summers for most of my childhood. So I think for me, it's probably a more accessible muscle memory because I did it so much. So then it was, like, less scary for me to get in the water. But I also just love being in the water so much, so I'm like a fish. I get really excited. Yuno secretly hates books and ink and rutabagas. Never. If there's ever any sort of idea that I hate books, that's not me. That is an imposter. Stop bringing up that I forgot to mention I'm a writer. That was still so embarrassing. I will never be more embarrassed than I was in that moment. That's probably a lie. There will probably be plenty more times where I am equally, if not more, embarrassed, but that was rough. That was a rough one. Muscle memory lasts quite a while. Well, the implication is that, like, muscle memory is something that never truly goes away, right? So I think that's probably why I was able to swim decently, at least, the first time I was in the water after a long time. But I can also understand why it would start to feel more daunting. Especially if you have, like, the high standard for yourself about your ability to swim. Might be kind of a bummer to then swim for the first time in a while and be like, how do I do this again? But I think as long as you can remember how to tread water and float, you'll at least survive. And then I guess, like, doggy paddle to safety. What if fish kill? I get it. Especially if you're in like a less closed off body of water, like the minute you're in like the ocean or like a lake or a river or whatever, where there's just more like nature and creatures. I know that I remember being a kid and like freaking out when I realized that there were fish in the like lake river area that we used to swim in a lot, because I didn't want my feet to touch fish. I think I also had a similar freak out because my foot touched like kelp or like some sort of like underwater plant, and it like tickled my foot, and I don't like getting tickled, so I like flailed like crazy, and I was like, ah! I freaked out. Kelp fish? Yeah, I'm sorry if that scares you. But I don't mind swimming in the deep end, especially in like a pool. I don't mind swimming in the deep end, since I can swim pretty decently. I can hang out over on that side. It's fun. I also really liked going underwater when I was a kid. I loved wearing goggles. I loved especially putting on those like really big goggles, like the ones that even cover your nose. I really liked using those, and then like diving into like the pool or like underwater and looking at stuff. I used to like those diving toys that you played with too. The thalassophobia be hitting when you look down into the abyss of water. That's also true. If you look down and you can't really see the bottom, I can see that being a little scary. But no, I love to dive. I've always kind of high-key, I know I don't like to eat seafood. I am not scared of fish when they are alive and in a body of water. I just don't necessarily want to touch them. And I don't want them to surprise touch me. That's kind of the thing that like would squick me out. But that said, I've always wanted to go like scuba diving or do one of those like snorkeling things in like a really clear body of water where you can see a bunch of nature and you can see all the fishies swimming around. Always wanted to do something like that. That is on the Yuno Hanaki bucket list for sure. Never scared in pools, lakes, or ocean, very possible. I agree. I feel like the ocean is probably the scarier option. Although sometimes lakes can be really murky. I feel like the less visibility I actually have of like what's in the water is where I would freak out more. But if the water was like particularly clear, I'd still be like, oh. I happened to my buddy while he was in the Navy. My friend swam over an abyss in the ocean, then noped out of there. Brother, if you're in the Navy, you have to be used to that. That's literally the water one. That's the water one. No matter how good of a swimmer you are, I would love to see a skeb of Yuno with floaties. I didn't really use floaties that much, even when I was still learning. When I was learning how to swim, I was mostly using a boogie board. I don't think I liked the feeling of floaties. I liked hanging out in an inner tube. So I think I liked floating around with an inner tube on, but I don't think I really liked the feeling of like arm floaties. Damn it, she's too good at it. Sorry, man. I think it was also the lessons that I went to told us to not really use floaties because they were worried we'd become too dependent on them. So I think we very quickly, like, stopped using them. We maybe used them, like, initially to get us used to the water, and then they were like, okay, no more floaties, they suck. And we were like, okay. Because we were, like, 5 and didn't know better. Yeah, I don't know. I was a pretty decent swimmer. But swimming was never the sport that I wanted to sign up for, so I didn't really get into, like, being on a swim team or anything. That was never my path. When it came to sports, I was almost in softball, and I was almost in soccer. Almost to both of them. Because in elementary school, I was pretty good at both. But I didn't really have the... Well, I should say Oni Mama, not me. I was like 5, 6 years old. Of course I didn't have the money. But I was gonna say... My family didn't really have the money to really afford a, extracurricular like a sport. Because those cost a lot of money. So... When I was first, like, thinking about getting into a sport, Onimama was like, you have to be really sure, because whatever you end up picking as your chosen club is going to be, like, the one thing that you have. And I was like, oh. So I thought a lot with my little brain. I did my thinking pose in my thinking chair. I was a big fan of Blue's Clues. So I did my little think, Winnie the Pooh style in my thinking chair, which was just a big armchair we had in our living room. And I really pondered for quite a long time about what I wanted to do for my club. And then I chose neither sport, and I chose Girl Scouts because I thought Girl Scouts will let me do a lot of stuff. Because you have to do a lot of stuff and have a lot of experiences in order to get your badges. So that was my compromise. And so then I did Girl Scouts for a very long time. I stopped right before I would have become the highest rank of Girl Scout. But that's because everyone else in my troop quit. So, the main reason was I didn't want to have to join a new troop when I was at, like, that age and have to, like, reacquaint myself to a whole new social dynamic because all of the other girls quit around that time. The Gatmoy military VTubers, Navy can't swim, Air Force hates heights, Marines hate long walks on the beach, Army allergic to the boots and can't drive, Coast Guard, no, coast attack. Very true. Too spoopy. Yeah, too spoopy. I didn't even fully have social anxiety then, but I was still nervous about the idea of having to join a whole new group. I think also it would have been difficult for Onimama because the next available troop was, like, really far away. Not really far, but it would have been, like, a commute that would have been a bit annoying to have to do, like, every week for the meetings. And then I also would have felt really left out because I didn't go to the same school as them, so it would have been a whole thing. So I stopped around then. But it's okay, because that was also around the same time I found the fact that my high school was going to have a speech and debate team. So everything went out the window. Which is kind of why everybody else quit the Girl Scouts as well, because they all realized that they had other clubs that they wanted to be in more, and they wanted to devote more of their time to doing these, like, other clubs, or, like, doing sports, or whatever. You went the cookie route, what can I say? I was an entrepreneur from a very young age. I knew I wanted to be going door to door, being really cute, and asking for people to buy cookies. Then you could have said my boyfriend goes to another school. I wasn't dating at that age. Trefoils for my basic bee tongue. Listen, people sleep on trefoils. Those are my favorites as a kid too. Genuinely. And yes, there are other cookies that are quite yummy, but trefoils have always been really yummy, and I am so mad that they were always slept on. I love them so much. My parents parents were just like, whatever you want to do, but please not hockey, because I had cousins in hockey and it was expensive. Fair. I think in terms of sports, I don't think my older cousin was in any sport. Wait, no, maybe he was lacrosse? I think he did one of the more unique sports. I want to say like lacrosse or something. My younger cousin did football. Both boys, by the way. These are the cousins that I spent most of my life like growing up alongside. So they did sports on either side of me. I was the only one that chose to do something like nerdy and artsy. Because I was also super into choir, on top of doing speech and debate and like Girl Scouts and like all of that stuff. So I basically had the blood in me to be a theater kid. So that was probably my future as well. And then the next cousin is a girl, and she locked in hard on soccer. She's like pretty decent at soccer. So that's the main thing that she has been doing in her high school career. I don't know if she's really done anything else. She just locked in really hard on soccer, which, good for her. And then my youngest cousin, a boy, as far as I know about him, I think he's a band kid. Maybe? I don't think he's doing a sport, though. The main thing I know about him is that he really likes Minecraft. He's not like a little kid, though. He's going into high school this fall. So he's not like super little anymore. But he's super into Minecraft. That's the main thing I know about him. I don't really talk to a lot of my relatives that much, though. I mostly get information about them for at Christmas. I don't really go to much of the other family functions. I'm kind of the black sheep of the family, so it's always kind of embarrassing for me to be there because I can't relate to a single thing being talked about, and then they try to like throw me a pity bone and let me talk a little bit about the stuff that I'm into, but there's just too much I have to explain sometimes. And so it gets really hard. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I'll take a sip of water. Minecraft Club. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had something that was related to like gaming or esports. I don't know if he's in one of those kinds of clubs, though. I just know he really likes video games. I just talk about general things that are happening. I wish I had awareness. Sometimes I know like a thing or two about pop culture stuff, if that happens to come up. Most of the time, though, my family is talking about local politics, which I have no clue about. I am aware of things happening in the world at large. I am aware of things happening nationally. I don't have a clue about what is going on within, like, Onigashima, the city, politically. I got no clue. But unfortunately, some of my relatives actually are in, like, that realm of politics, so that ends up being something they talk about a lot, and I'm just like, yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Whatever you say. I'm just an anime girl. I mean, I do literally have a whole short on my YouTube about how I told my family about the fact that I am an Oni. I'm an Oni girl on the internet. And they found it a little interesting. I didn't get a chance to explain it to the younger ones. I'm sure the younger ones have probably at least vaguely heard about VTubers at some point. But I don't know if they know the deep lore. And I would actually be quite terrified if I found out that my youngest cousin watched me at all, because firstly, you shouldn't be watching me. I would prefer if my audience was mostly adults, thank you. I'm pretty sure I don't have anyone younger than 18 watching me, though. I checked my analytics on YouTube recently, and that metric was 0. So I think we're safe there. Phew. But second of all, I mean, I don't really talk about my family much, so I don't think there would be any clues that would be dropped anyway. So I think that'd be okay. So luckily, I don't think he'll ever find my channel. But also, like I said, if he likes Minecraft, and he mostly watches Minecraft YouTubers or like Minecraft streamers, he's never gonna find me because I don't like Minecraft. I'm openly not anti-Minecraft. I understand why people like it, but I'm openly never going to play Minecraft. So I don't think I would even be on the radar should he be in the market to watch a VTuber. But I honestly don't know if he would. I don't know what kind of creators he watches. Besides the fact that they do Minecraft. So I don't even know like which side of Minecraft YouTube or Minecraft Twitch, if he watches stuff on Twitch. I don't know what side he falls on with that stuff. No clue. Just came in who? I'm talking about my younger cousins. And how I'm like the black sheep of the family when it comes to interests and stuff. Imagine if they were really based and digged into indie VTubers. I think that would be kind of interesting. I have to wonder, we got along pretty well at the last Christmas gathering that I went to. I didn't go last year, but the year before I went and we got along pretty decently. He was pretty chill with me. So I wonder if I go to Christmas this year, maybe I can ask him if he's watched any VTubers and if he likes any. That would be interesting information to find out. I know his sister probably doesn't. She's like painfully normie. And then my other cousins have also kind of become painfully normie. So I doubt they watch VTubers either. Imagine if he says he likes Yuno Hanaki. Well, again, I recently checked my metrics. I don't have anyone below 18 watching me, so that shouldn't happen. He's about to be, starting in fall, he's going to be a freshman in high school, so I'm pretty sure I'm safe. I watched this dragon pirate. Now that would be crazy. I watched this Yuno Hanaki girl sounds a lot like you, and I'm just like, what do you mean? I honestly don't think that would happen. I feel like I sound different enough on stream that I don't think the recognition would come in. I don't know, though. Freshman in high school withers away. That's how I felt when I realized that he was about to be a freshman. I was like, what do you mean this was his last year of middle school? I still remember him being like really small and sitting in my lap when I read Christmas stories to the children. Like, I still remember him being that tiny. What do you mean? He's about to be in high school. That's weird. But I also felt similar. There's like a similar age gap that he has with his sister that I have with my closer younger cousin. I felt the same way when he was a freshman and I was a senior. I was like, what are you doing here? I was just like, why are you here? And there was literally a time where he sat with my friend group because he wanted to freaking mess with me. And I was like, get out of here. You play football. You shouldn't be here. Because I was at the nerd table. I was like, you can't be here. And he was like, what? Not allowed to do a little bit of mingling? And I was like, shut up, leave. But my youngest cousin has a similar age difference between him and his sister, so I wonder if she's gonna have that moment, because I think she's gonna be a senior. Because I know they posted on social media a little bit ago that she went to prom, so she must be at least a junior if she's going to prom. Crazy. You use a streamer voice? I mean, everyone kind of does. I feel like the way that I talk currently is pretty close to how I normally talk, but you have to sound kind of animated when you're on stream. If I just talked super flat and like low the entire stream, people wouldn't really be that interested in what I'm saying, even if I'm talking a lot. I don't really think it's a full-on like character voice or like a full-on like high energy streamer voice, but I do try to keep my energy up so that it sounds more interesting to listen to. But I'm also really shy, even when I interact with my family. So when I'm like at the family gatherings, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, hi. Yeah, I know it's been a while since you've seen me. Yeah, nope. Still doing the internet thing. Yep. Oh, you're gonna talk about local politics now? Okay. I'm gonna go sit in the designated space that we have for people that just want to be on their phones. So I'm gonna be over there if you need me. One-word answers, let's go. Let's go. Go, girl, give us nothing. The one time the yapper won't yap. Phone corner, my beloved. We have a phone living room, except for when the living room gets used for opening gifts and or party game time. But for the most part, that space, especially like pre-dinner, is like that's where you go to hang out with your device. But for the most part, that's mostly where I hang out. A lot of the younger people in the family will go into the basement of that house because that's where like the game systems and stuff are. But I've never felt comfortable going down there. Even though that's where all the game stuff is. I usually would just sit in the living room because it was way quieter and I could just be on my phone. What party game do you guys play? We play Pictionary and it gets intense. People shouting at the top of their lungs. My family has multiple games that we play. So we usually, well, the last time we had, I love talking. When I was last at the Christmas gathering, we played Minute to Win It. So we were split into 2 teams, and the teams were competing in multiple mini games where you only had a minute to accomplish XYZ thing. So it was mostly like completing crafts or like trying to oh my god, sorry. I'm trying to remember some of the games. There was like a candy cane one where they had to like hook a bunch of candy canes in a line that didn't break, I think. And then there were things like, the one that I had to do, which was stacking cups, without them falling. I had to get like a perfect stack of cups, and I think I also had to, stack the cups with like 2 pencils, so I couldn't use my hands, which is why it was tough. And you had to try and stack it in like a minute. It was like stuff like that. And then, we also would usually play like a holiday, or not even holiday sometimes, but like the year that I went, it was just generic, but we play bingo, which is where the Secret Santa like blind gifts are. So I guess it's kind of like a white elephant bingo, where you play the bingo, and every time you get a bingo, you get to pick a gift, or you can choose to steal a gift that somebody else took. I didn't participate in that one. I was the bingo caller. Because they were like, hey, you stream. You're used to like enunciating and being clear with your voice. Why don't you call the numbers? So I was like, okay. So I called the numbers. I didn't participate. And then the one that usually makes our family go fucking nutso is there's a wrapped box. On the inside, there's usually either a cash gift or like a really good gift card to a cool store or like a fancy restaurant or whatever on the inside. But it's wrapped and taped up in like a bunch of layers of paper and tape, obviously. And then, so one person is given that box, and then a set of oven mitts that they have to put on their hands, and they have to, using the rest of their body and their hands staying in the oven mitts, you have to try and unwrap the box. But then the person to your left is going to be rolling a dice. And if they roll a 6 on the dice, they can take the box and the oven mitts from you at whatever point you were at. Like, you have to stop trying to open it. So then it, like, obviously goes down the lines. Then the next person gets the dice and has to roll to try and get a 6, while the new person who just got the box has to put on the gloves and try to open the package. If you manage to open the package before the next person rolls a 6, then you get to keep the prize. That one makes my family go crazy. I, like, don't like participating in that one because they get so aggressive, and every single year there's always some wise guy who's like, so as long as I just don't use my hands, then I can do whatever I have to do in order to open the package, right? And so they start slamming it on the dining room table to try and, like, bust some of the paper open. And they'll, like, rake it across the like, corner or, like, the edge of the table to see if they can get a tear. And they just go freaking crazy. They'll, like, beat it up with their arms, squish it against their chest. It's crazy. It gets pretty wild in there. I'll, like, watch it from the sidelines and just be like, Jesus Christ. Stomps on package. I think they did eventually establish a rule that you have to do it, like, above the waist. You can't just stomp on it. But they get pretty crazy. I go straight monkey foot. I think the last year I was there, the prize was like a $50 Starbucks card? I think it was Starbucks. But sometimes it's like an Amazon card. One year it was just like, I think just straight $100 cash. Was just like sitting in the box. Pretty crazy. Is stuff not worth fighting over? Well, my family likes to bond by playing silly party games, so they still find it worth fighting over. I think everyone kind of agrees that the games are a little bit silly and the prizes aren't usually that worth it. Even during the minute to win it, a lot of the prizes were just like silly, like cheap dollar store Christmas stuff. Like, I think the prize, our team didn't end up winning, I believe, and so our prize was like a Christmas headband. Like, it was one of those dorky, like, felt antler headbands with like a little elf hat on it or something. I don't remember. Definitely not worth the amount of effort that we put in to try and like win. But you know, you're kind of not really doing it for the prize. You're doing it for the bragging rights in the Hanaki family. You play cards or dice, but most of the family is out of town nowadays. I think there are a couple card games that the family has, but those are usually things we play like prior to the holiday game stuff, not like part of the holiday games. The better prizes is always in the bingo, which is why it's in the bingo, because it's more neutral. Like, you're more likely to get something kind of cool if it's based off of the, like, kind of white elephant element of it. There's usually, like, a set theme that my aunt will give prior to the gathering. We've done, like, as seen on TV products before. We've done, specifically, like, gift cards that have to be, like, a certain minimum amount of dollars. Those are usually the ones that it kind of switches between the most, because it's kind of hard when it's like a mixed gender crowd to really think of like other types of items. So it's usually just like useful kind of silly items or gift cards to XYZ plays. there will be a lot of situations where someone will unbox a gift card to a particular store, and then someone's wife will be like, honey, you better steal that for me. A lot of our family is also out of town, but everybody kind of commutes in specifically for this Christmas party, this Christmas gathering. Because they like to bond in this way. Though there is also a lot of family that is local, so they hang out a lot for like birthdays and like other celebratory events. Despite being in the local grouping, I don't go to stuff much because since Oni can't drive, by Oni I mean me, since I can't drive, I don't really like making my relatives come pick me up to take me to something. And I also just kind of got in the habit too, because Onimama couldn't go to a lot of these events due to being disabled. I just kind of got in the habit of staying home with her because she would always get massive FOMO whenever these events would happen, whether it be like an actual like big holiday type thing or whether it be like a birthday or something. She gets massive FOMO if I go to something and she doesn't. Sometimes she will try to tell me to go anyway, but then she'll like, she would kind of take it out on me when I came back, like acting kind of bitter that I got to go and she didn't, and so I would get kind of sick of that behavior and be like, maybe I just shouldn't do this. And I think that that habit is still kind of in me, despite the fact that it's not really a quote-unquote problem anymore. But I just kind of have this instinct like, oh, I'm a problem if I make my family drive to get me and then go to an event. And then also I'm like internally thinking I just shouldn't go because of that like kind of shame of like getting to go out and do something. I don't know. Things are far, not kind of. Let's just say that Onigashima, the city, is not really a walkable city. It's not really a walkable city. So a lot of the events that happen require going by car. And there isn't really a very good transit system in this part of Onigashima either. So my only option is to carpool. Can be tough to navigate, yeah. It led to us being kinda isolated for a while. So like, I don't know, it would just kind of build this like anxiety of like not wanting to go without Onimama. I was also just used to using Onimama as kind of my crutch when interacting with family for a while because I was really nervous to interact with everybody after a certain period of time of not really hanging out anymore. But yeah. So now I kind of have this internalized thing of like, I don't think I should go. I kind of stay more reclusive. They're always so nice to me when I do like hang out with them or if I do manage to go to a gathering, but I guess there's just still a part of me that's like, should I go though? What if I'm a burden? And there was actually a time too, this happened when I was a lot younger, but there was actually a time where my aunt, the same one that hosts the Christmas parties, did actually shade me to my younger cousin during like a carpool situation, and that has stayed with me a lot. So sometimes I think about that too whenever I think about the whole I would have to be carpooled in order to go to something. Even if they offer, in the back of my head I'm just like, are they offering out of obligation? Because I know for a fact that at least my aunt has said that I'm a bit of a burden. I was, to not make it too sad, because this isn't really what I wanted this stream to be. I'm just chilling, bro. But to explain it without getting too into the weeds of the sad part, I think Onimama had to do something at work, so she couldn't pick me up from school. I was in high school at this time. I was like right around where I would have been expected to like get a driver's license, but I had already decided that I was going to one day like move and like live in a walkable city, and so I didn't want to have a car. And as you guys know, I have a really bad fear of driving, so that was a big reason why I didn't want to learn, despite like reaching the age for it. So I was getting carpooled at the age of like, you know, teenage, when you would be learning age. And it was also a situation where my aunt was taking care of my younger cousin, who is, you know, younger than me, and thus it makes sense that she would need to be carpooled for stuff. And we were in the parking lot of like a shopping district in Onigashima, and there was a school bus nearby. I don't know why it was parked in this area. But okay, I guess I do kind of have to explain what was said, because my younger cousin, who was like more of a kid at this time, she was like, oh hey, a school bus. You know, why didn't Yuno take the school bus today? Cause she knew that like older kids would usually be taking the bus, or like driving or whatever. And my aunt basically said something akin to, because Yuno doesn't want to learn how to drive and is a burden. Choosing to be a burden, I think, was kind of the gist of what she had said. It was just like choosing to like offload the responsibility onto other people, I think was the like nicer passive-aggressive words she had used then. And I was like stunned that that would even be said to a kid, and also stunned by the fact that it was being said while I was in the car. So I was like, oh, okay. And I think that that has been something that I have internalized ever since then, which, like, on the one hand, I get it. Like, usually a teenager wants to get their permit and then wants to get their license so that they can have the independence of having a car. But I always knew that even if I got my license, it's not like I would have been able to get a car. Onimama was a single mother and broke as fuck. So there was no way I would have been able to get a car. I would have probably had to maybe share one with her, which would mean I still couldn't really use it because she'd have to use it to go to work. So, like, I don't know what they expected me to do even if I did get a license. Second of all, everyone knew that I had this, like, fear of driving because they had literally seen the effects of it on me during our yearly trips to the amusement park, where we would be on one of those rides where they expect the kid to, like, you know, fake drive a car. And even though all I had to do was press my foot on the gas to make the car go, I wasn't actually steering anything. I was just pretending to steer. I got so scared I couldn't even keep my foot on the pedal because the fact that I was controlling whether or not the car stopped or went freaked me out. So, they've seen firsthand that I can't do it. Like, I freak out. So I guess that's also part of why it stung so bad. I feel like this is the time to answer the child with because she's special, honey. Well, I mean, yeah, we do use special to mean stupid. So that probably would have been a good time to say it. But she was pretty honest about the fact that she was being kind of put out by having to carpool me to get me home. It was a pretty rough time. I didn't get my license until I was 26, never bothered. That's very valid. If you're in a place where you don't really need it, then it totally makes sense to, like, not feel the pressure to get it. Onimama never pressured me to get a license either. And also when I told her that my aunt had said this, she was livid. She was so fucking mad. Which I would be too if someone said something like that to my kid, because what the hell? But she was so pissed off. She was like, do not let what she said get to you at all. You are not a problem because you have made this choice. You have a legitimate fear. And I was like, okay, if you say so, Mom. The social expectations of car ownership is annoying AF, being expensive and regular maintenance and fees along with the transit, deserts and all that. Yeah. Onigashima is, in fact, pretty bad about this kind of thing. Very real, very true. The only case you would need a car in the long haul is for someone at home getting sick dead of night. My college was next to a 1 square mile college town. Everything was within 10 minutes walk. Yeah, if you're in a walkable place, it just makes sense to not really have to worry about it. But Onigashima, the city, has never been very walkable, which is probably also why my family would shame me so much. Never Oni Mama. But everyone around me would kind of get on my case about it. But she would always say, like, you know, your grandma didn't get her license until she was, like, well into her adulthood. So you don't have to get yours right away if you don't want to. And I'd be like, really? And that always made me feel better. Over $6 a gallon for gas where I live now. Who can afford driving? It is so expensive, too. That was always my biggest fear, because, like, Onimama always wanted me to pursue education over getting a job in high school. So, if I had even gotten a car, somehow, I would have had no way to pay for any of that stuff, because I wasn't really working. I would only really work during summers, but even then it wouldn't be much. Not just walkable, no well-developed public transportation either. Yeah. There's a lot of areas where it's bad, as was said in chat, transit desert. Very real. There's a reason people like living in college towns. It's kind of nice to just be able to walk to a place. Yeah, even if it's just like not even like a famous chain or whatever. Just having stuff that's like nearby is cool. Not here though. It's not our fault that cars have depreciating value the moment it drives off the lot. Real and true. Speak on it. Puts a microphone close to you. I've been saying that stuff since the beginning. Literally, I had a teacher in my high school, econ, which was economy class, like, call on me in the middle of the class to, like, shame me for the fact that my estimated budget as an adult didn't include any car expenses, so I was saving a lot of money based on my, like, estimated earnings because I didn't have the expenses of, like, a car, so I didn't have to worry about car insurance and I didn't have to worry about gas. And so he was like, why is this number so inflated? And I was like, because I don't have a car. And he was like, well, why aren't you gonna get one? And I was like, consider I want one. And I'm not gonna need one where I'm going. So it was crazy. I had like a really solid argument. I was like, look, I'm planning to live in a walkable city that is thus going to have a slightly higher cost of living, but I will be saving money ultimately in the long run because I'm not having to pay off a car and I'm not having to put money towards gas. Instead, I have a static fee for like the transit pass, and then I can have like more money available to afford the actual cost of living. Like, it's not like I didn't do my research, brother. It was one of those and everybody clapped moments, but I did the homework. I don't know what you want from me. I did it based on what I expect my lifestyle to be like. Crazy stuff. Because of the literal geography of my region, when I have to drive, I would drive with enough fuel to make it up, fill up by work, and then drive down with a full tank because it was a full downhill drive to eke out efficiency. Oh man. Full downhill drive. Oof. But at least you're being smart about it, you know? Doing what you gotta do with the fact that you have to have the car in the first place. Throwing hands. Literally, I was like, you wanna play this game? Walkable city. Fat chance. That was a class we had to take in, I believe... I'm pretty sure this was senior year because I knew for sure what city I was going to be going to for school because I had already picked out my career, which was going to be writer. So I like knew for a fact that this city had really good transport because I had been there to visit my campus. So I already knew. I was like, look, I've made my plans, man. I know what this is gonna look like for me. The car cost trick is to make each car last 15 years. I suppose so. The trick that my aunt does now is that she only rents cars, but she rents cars for like the max duration that you can rent a car for. So she has the same car for like, I think 1 or 2 years, and then once the rental expires, she will switch to a new car. I don't think she's ever actually like owned her own car in quite a long time because she just rents them like that. So, you know, I guess once you were old enough to rent a car, that could be an option. I don't know, man. She rents? Yes. At least the past few years, she's been renting cars. And she rents them for whatever the max duration you can rent a car for is, and then pays the rent cost on the car. And then, you know, also has to, like, pay for gas to, like, use it and stuff. But then every couple years, she'll trade it out to get a new car. That's so expensive. Don't look at me. I'm not a car Oni. When Oni Mama brought it up to me, she was the one who claimed that it was like a way to save without having to like worry about car payments and stuff. So I was like, okay, sure. I know nothing. I guess I believe you. Well, Hanaki, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Whatever works for her, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. This is pedantic, but maybe you mean she leases cars? Again, I don't know. I'm going off of the verbiage that Oni Mama told me. It could be a lease. Fuck if I know. I'm not that close to that aunt to really know. I've never really thought to ask for the ins and outs. I'm usually just like, I recognize this car as hers, and then she'll have a new car and I'll be like, oh, a new car dropped. And then I don't really think about it. What about motorcycles? Should work if the concern is getting to a point? No, for me, my fear is for any vehicle. I actually can get nervous even riding like a regular bike. So, like any sort of like vehicle that you can like drive and steer makes me freak out. It can happen even with basic like pedal bicycles. Like, let's put it this way, I also get scared in like bumper cars. I get scared in, like, just anything where I have to turn wheel and where I have to put foot on pedal to make move. But if we got you a tanky, you don't have to worry about running into anything. No, that would probably still freak me out. I just don't want to be in control of big device, big vehicle. Don't like it. No thanks. Sasuga anime woman, I'm sure there's a character that hates all transportation. I just can't remember which one. I mean, the thing about anime is that, like, in Japan, you don't necessarily have to have a license there either because transport is so good. I don't know if it's necessarily the case anymore, but I know for a while, having a driver's license in Japan was seen as, like, a status symbol because it's, like, expensive to get it. Why do they keep bumping into my car? I hate this. Literally me. It was the teacher from Nabari no Oh, he hated trains and planes too. I don't mind trains. I love me some public transit. I don't mind trains. I don't mind riding in a bus. I can chill. What about self-driving cars? Terrifying. Call me a boomer. Maybe this is because of the fact I'm 200 plus years old, but I am terrified of the idea of letting robots and, like, AI and all of that bullshit have any sort of control over things like that. Fuck smart technology, first of all. Second of all, fuck smart car technology. Also, I think the thing with self-driving cars is that they want you to still have a license, if you are inside one, so that way you can take over in the event of an emergency with the self-driving car. Like, in case it's about to do something stupid, or if the self-driving apparatus turns off somehow, they need you to be able to kind of quickly handle the situation. So I still wouldn't be able to use that because I don't have a license. You have to be sitting at the wheel and awake. Yeah. You gotta be ready in case the car freaks out or whatever. Yes, I know I'm a boomer. I hate smart tech. I was telling, I think I was telling Lynn this prior to our collab. Or maybe it was after? God, I don't remember. But I was bringing up how, Hitomi, her house has a lot of smart tech. Where she lives, she has a lot of smart tech, and recently she received a gift of, like, a smart lamp, that's, like, connected to an app, and you use the app to, like, control the level of light in the room. And not long after it just being installed, app dies. And then the lamp decides it wants to turn on at, like, one of the brightest light settings at 3 a.m. for no reason. So Hitomi's randomly woken up by this bright light turning on in the room, and then can't connect from the app to the lamp to turn it off. So she's just stuck there squinting while trying to figure out how to turn this fuck-ass smart lamp off. And that's just a tame example. I hate smart tech. Shit sucks. No. Hate smart tech streams. What does she mean by this, chat? Well, this isn't like super smart tech. This is still just connect to internet and thing happen. But I am not the most tech literate. I have learned a lot of stuff in the course of being a streamer in order to handle basic troubleshooting and things, but a lot of the time, most of the reason things on stream work is because I have Hitomi help me. Your smart toaster heard that. The bread will be unevenly toasted and the ice maker will now make pyramids, not cubes. I will literally cry. I hate smart devices. I'm sorry. I will be a boomer. I like my old-fashioned dumb, broken-ass box more than I do smart houses. They scare me, no thanks. Yeah, I also hate Wi-Fi connected devices. Stinky. Yeah, no thanks. Even if the tech gets better, I'm very suspicious of what the companies behind it want to push for, and I don't have enough trust in everyday drivers to use the tech responsibly enough for the amount of responsibility operating a vehicle requires. I remember getting so scared when the news first broke that like the smart devices, like, sorry, I'm gonna try to not activate it for you guys. Siri and like Google Home would like start not working or would like purposefully not listen to you unless you were polite in your request. I think this was primarily a Google Home thing. But I remember when I first heard that and that you like had to be polite, I was so freaked out. I was like, what do you mean it pays attention to you being polite? Ew. Because I literally saw it happen. One of my high school friends, I was over at their house and they were trying to get their Google Home to complete a task for them. And it literally would not do it unless they said please, and then also expected a thank you after. And I was like, huh? Huh? What? Freaked me out. Terrifying, 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 terrifying. Hell world, hell world, hell world. And this was like years ago. Scary. But like it literally didn't work. I watched not just them, but like their parents also tried to get the device to do the task and it just would not do it. I was so scared. And then they realized what was wrong and they were like, oh, can you please? And I was like, what? You mean it pays attention to that? And it can just choose to not work? What? I'd freak. I'd freak. And then after that, every time I used my iPhone, and I had to use the smart assistant, I would always say please. I still do it if I ever have to use that service for something, although I try to put it to a minimum. Ay. Freaks me out too much. Gives me such an ick. No, thank you. If I get on my soapbox, if everyone used auto-driving cars and they worked perfectly, build enough trains and then you can change the roads to a nice park or market street. So true. More greenery. You know about Amazon shutting down someone's smart home because of alleged racism? What? That's crazy. I'm guessing because they heard it on like the little whatever Amazon's helper is, right? Because they use it for observation and like because they're always listening and harvesting your data. Bleh, bleh, bleh. I think it's expecting too much when you buy something for it to do the thing you bought it for. I know. In this economy, no, you spend money and then you get like a pretty bad product. And then you have to say thank you. Literally. Studies actually show that AI assistants respond better when you say please and thank you. I wish that this planet was not real. I wish that we had a different one. Is it too late to trade? Is it too late to put this one in the exchange? Can we get something better than this? Please? God, it freaks me out so bad. Apple is lucky I only occasionally use this freaking voice recognition smart assistant. I like really try to avoid it though. Earth be like, my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. That is literally Earth right now. I could also guess that we speak more clearly when we're speaking politely. Maybe. I guess that's if you're going full, like, polite speech. It seems that mostly the main thing that the smart assistant expected was please and thank you. I don't think it really expected you to go, like, full... Would you ever so kindly turn off the alarm? Or whatever. They don't want us to accidentally introduce swear words into the system because advertisers very child-friendly, very human design. I shouldn't be having advertisers in my smart device. What are you trying to advertise to me? Stop. No. Is this with the way the data is trained into the assistant? Trained on real scenarios or something like that? Yeah, sure, okay. Real scenarios or real, people in like, less fortunate situations being told to type a bunch of stuff into the assistant so that it can be, quote-unquote, trained on real scenarios that these people fucking make up. Ask me how I know. You will consume and you will be happy about it. No! I'm full! No more consume. I'm good, thank you. You'd be surprised how much of those real scenarios come from Reddit. Yeah. Can't believe Yuno's actually Amazon Alexa scriptwriter. I know, right? Job reveal. Just kidding, I'm unemployed. I always think of the drink verification can to continue copy pasta when it comes to dystopian smart tech. God. Literally, I feel like we are only 2 steps away from that considering we have smart fridges. I see you are trying to open your fridge. I cannot access the internet at this time. So I'm afraid you don't get to eat. Sorry. Or, you know, the demeaning version where it's just like, I see you are trying to open the fridge. However, I have noted that you opened this fridge, exactly 20 minutes ago. Are you really trying to eat again, you fat pig? You cannot open the fridge for another 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like, someday we're going to get to that point. It freaks me out. No, thank you. Can we get a voice pack of this? Stop! Implying people wouldn't pay for the mean fridge DLC. God, people would pay for the add-on. In the end, we were all creatures and slaves to greed. This is the 5th time you have snacked today. Unlocking celery drawer only. That would be truly terrifying if the smart fridge is also capable of finding out what you take out of the fridge every time you open it, so it can actually make assessments based on what it believes you have consumed and, like, not put back or whatever. Oh god. You just discovered a gold mine, you know, as if you would dig it. I don't want to! I don't want to. I think I've made a similar joke to this before, though. Not with a smart fridge, but I think I made a similar joke with, like, a GPS voice. Maybe this is just a sign I need to make a dumb, voice pack that's just a bunch of, like, things you can make your smart devices say, but it's my voice. New revenue stream unlocked. This is the 12th can of soda you drank today. You have 12 soda cans remaining in the box. The right turn was 500 feet back, dumbass. You turn now. Are you even listening to me, you fucking idiot? The light was still yellow. Why didn't you go? You are wasting everybody's time. An additional 5 minutes has been added to your recommended route. You started with a do better voice. You're ready for the next step. Uh-oh. Stream chat topics are a circle. Yeah. Passive-aggressive GPS. Yeah, passive-aggressive. There's probably an add-on for full-aggressive. Should I turn the driving assist on? Do you think this is fucking Mario Kart? Would you like to turn on tilt controls as well? Because you're certainly tilting me. A snarky Yuno phone or computer operating system would be premium. I mean, that is kind of like an expected voice pack type for VTubers, right? Like the starting up noise and the like reminder voices or whatever. Because I had something like that in Kawaii. They wanted us to make those silly little sound effects. So I guess it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to do something like that again, but just make it mean. Even though that's very silly, in my opinion. How are you doing? Hello. I am good. I am chilling. Just hanging out as I usually do. Honda hires Yuno, Toyota confused by customer feedback about their GPS lacking. Man, the only reason I would ever agree to being a smart voice like that would be if I could get royalties, but those voices don't. You get paid one time for recording all those voice files, and then you don't get any royalties after that. Isn't it so dumb? Crazy stuff. You can make downloadable Waze voice packs. I don't drive, but I'm sure the Dominachi could use it. Yeah, I know that there have been a couple of VTubers who have partnered with Waze before. I don't think just anyone can do it, though. So I don't think they would take little me. I don't think they would take little old me. You don't have to apologize for not being able to make it to streams. Life be lifing. It is okay. Billion-dollar company can't afford royalties, please understand. I know, but it would be so nice to be set for life. It would be so nice to have a steady income stream for life. Unfortunately, executives have caught on to this plan. And so now they, like, rarely ever offer royalties for stuff. They assume that you will want to take the lump sum payment instead of, like, lifetime royalties or whatever. Which is wrong to me. Yuno would use horns as a compass. In 0.2 miles, turn left horn. As the person driving's like, what? What are you talking about? You can sell entire OniMons to Chevrolet for their drivers to listen to while they wait for AAA. What's that radio service that is usually accessible in cars with, like, the smart dashboard thing, Sirius XM or whatever. Maybe I should just make OniMon into a podcast and have it be on a channel there. If I sell out OniMon to Sirius XM, maybe then I can get some money. You know Hanaki sellout arc. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I would never. Get that back. I'm glad you guys support me in my sellout arc. Should it ever occur. Should the situation ever arise. Not 69.67 FM. Can't it just be 6969? OniMon on channel 169 XM radio. Sponsored by GM, Chevrolet, and Bustafellows. True. God, I wish. You can make custom packs for Waze, not like a collab thing. You could just sell the MP3 bundle and people can install it on their own. Seems like it's messy, but possible. Maybe. Perhaps I will look into it after stream. I don't know if enough of you guys drive. I'd probably be better off doing the more generic, like, computer voice pack first. And then considering a directional voice. We'll say 69.420 and call it even. I don't even think that radio frequencies work like that.
Cute. Do better.
Conrad, thank you for the elite tip. I understand that, what that means. I forgot to send this during the karaoke stream. Thanks for singing. No problem. Thank you for listening. I feel like that karaoke stream was kind of lacking for me, but I still had fun. I got to sing some fun songs that I've never sung on karaoke before, so a win in my onion. I'll just try not to over warm up next time. You know, computer noise is standard and mean. Yeah, true. You know Hanaki Windows system noises. Your error sound instead of the actual Windows error noise is just me saying Windows noise because I always say that whenever I accidentally trigger the Windows noise. So instead of the boo-doo-doo-doo, you just, in like a cute VTuber voice, it's just me going Windows noise. You're just like, ah shit, what did I break this time? Fund it. It's the equivalent of when I did Kablamo during the Kawaii explosion. I would gladly pay for those packs. Once again, I think everyone said this last time I talked about this topic as well. Everyone was just like, yes, we want this. And I was like, okay. But now I need to actually do it. I'll make this happen. I owe a free voice pack first, so once I release the free voice pack, we will start working on paid ones. I've been meaning to do that with the Patreon anyway, so it's all good. I'll have to figure out good prices. I will think about it. Dial-up noises. Discord ping, Steam notification, but your friend is playing a sus game. It has like a it has like a text-to-speech feature where instead of it just saying the noises, it's like I read out what the notification is. So it's just like, your friend is playing Honey Pop. That's sus. Discord notif. Can you record custom Discord notifs? XGFE AI voice assisted notifications voice pack. You try to ask her to do something and she's like, oh yeah, of course you want me to put the work in again. You never pull your fucking weight in this relationship, do you? I'll do it, I guess, but you owe me. Your Discord notification is just like, talking to other girls, I bet. I bet this message came from some dude in a fedora. Get catfish, loser. That one would be really mean. Post-divorce custody sharing voice pack. What are these voice pack themes? This is going to become a worrying brand. Peak, even better when people get confused hearing it when they visit your house. Oh god. Please don't let it play in your house. That doesn't sound like your wife, bro. Yeah, I know. Sorry, she's my ex-wife. The smart assistant just started acting like this when I divorced her. I can't change it back. If sus game 3, please confirm neckbeard. Oh lord. Once again, the ideas run away from us. I'll keep it in mind. I do think it's pretty funny. And I will admittedly probably have a lot of fun scripting those. That's the sad thing. I'm just like, no, I can't make this my brand, but I'm also just like, but it would be pretty funny. But it would be pretty funny to do these, though. Unfortunately, a very good bit. Odds are it would probably come more easily to me to write those lines than it has to write the Big Sister voice packs. Writing these Big Sister voice packs has been so hard. Surprised no one said wife check when Yuno said wife. True. I guess the people just don't want a wife check. When the bit is too on brand. Well, I don't know if on brand is good. I don't know if I like the idea that you guys just see me as an ex. Who decided that? Wife check? Did someone say wife check? I don't know. Did we? Ex-wife check? Yeah, I'm right here. Look with your eyes. Or are you just tuning me out like you always do? If we end wife divorce, who gets to keep Yuno? I'm staying with wife. Mostly because she literally can't survive without me, so... both of us leave. She literally can't survive without me, so... I know a good surgeon. Please don't remove the tattoo that is a core part of who I am. That's for the courts to decide. I am not a child you're fighting for custody over. I am a grown-ass woman. You don't have to do a custody check for someone that is a grown adult. The adult can make their own choices. Sounds pretty toxic. You're toxic. Maybe you're the problem. She's literally physically attached to my skin. It is factual. We are a symbiotic pair. Grown-ass speculation. This court requires submission of evidence. Yeah, whatever. When I love Yuno, but ex-wife Yuno is just too good. People just crave toxicity for reasons I will never truly understand. I can provide that fan service, but I never get it. That's how all our fights started. You're always using logic and facts. Yeah, and what are you using? Your little baby feelings? Cry harder. You're just mad because I win all the time. I won in the divorce too. Love my toxic Oni. You're welcome? Question mark? Uwe. You're not going to play LOL now? God, no. At that point, even if we are ex-lovers, I would really hope you pull me off the fucking brink of playing League of Legends. Can't spell toxin without Oni. That's true. Maybe in the end, I was Doku-chan all along. I would wish League on my worst enemy. That's fair. And I'm not your worst enemy. I'm probably like second worst. At most. Poison is commonly depicted as Urpal. True? Real and true? You're getting up there. Yippee! Let's go. I don't really want to be up here. I don't know if I want to be up here. This is the vengeance spoken of in the Bible. Oh, of course you're bringing up the Bible again. I wouldn't fucking know. I can't read it. The true toxic game, though, is Rocket League. Unlike League, where you just get angry comments, in Rocket League, you get passive-aggressive / sarcastic quick message spam. That is pretty funny. I do kind of love that one of the best ways to be toxic in certain games is, like, spamming the positive messages, but, like, in a really, like, sarcastic, derogatory way. Because I used to see that all the time when I played a lot of Unite. They would just start spamming the same really positive message over and over, and I was just like, I don't think you mean what you're saying. I don't think you mean that. I keep forgetting Yuno can't read. You take that back. Support fails to support. Good job. Good job. Good job. The evolution of the question mark ping. Yeah. That'll definitely have to be a feature of the ex-lover voice pack, is just the toxic, passive-aggressive, positive compliment. The compliment I clearly don't mean, but I'm just making myself say it anyway. In Rocket League, if you fail to score, you get spammed with a nice shot, or if you fail to stop a goal, what a save. Yeah. Someone else mentioned what a save on the YouTube side. Makes sense. What a save. Awesome. I was always kind of curious about Rocket League, but I never actually got around to playing it. Oh, so you do know how to do the laundry. What a surprise. Look at you! You managed to find socks that match! I'm so proud of you. Next, you're gonna tell me you actually figured out which shirt goes with what pair of pants. Oh, sorry. That might be a little bit above your skill level. You are going 12 miles per hour over the limit. You will still be late. Later. Isn't Rocket League Epic Game Store exclusive now? Hence why I'm probably never gonna play it. Frick all that. Epic Game is my beloved. No thanks, man. But I always thought it was a game that looked fun when I did see it. I used to fold clothes as a job, and now I never do it myself. Real. Once you do something for your job, you kind of never want to do it in your, like, regular life ever again. I get you. You put in a restaurant name with a GPS and she goes, I don't feel like going there. That's really funny. Ew. Arby's? You should go to McDonald's. Rerouting. The nearest McDonald's is 2.6 miles away. Recommended route. Initiating. Pizza? Ugh. Gross. Can't we go for sushi instead? Rerouting to the most expensive steakhouse in the immediate area. You will buy me a full-course steak dinner. It's the least you could do for the fact that I am navigating us to dinner in the first place. You put in a normie place like a nightclub and Yuno GPS says that place does not exist. You put in the nightclub address and she's just like, is this so you can meet another woman? I don't think so. Rerouting you to the nearest museum. You need to be cultured. The alternate version of the restaurant one is you bring up a bunch of different types of food you want to try and find in the immediate area, and she's just like, I don't want to eat that. No, I don't feel like that. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. She just keeps saying that over and over, and then you're finally just like, what would the system recommend we get for dinner? And then she's like, I don't know. What do you want to get? A nightmare. Until you're just like, God, fine, and you like force the GPS to route you to the nearest grocery store so you can buy ingredients to make food at home. Goofy. Yuno becomes the magic conch. I guess so. I don't think the magic conch was nearly that mean, though. Yes, she would straight up say no sometimes, and she could be a little sassy, but not terribly mean. God, my nose itches so bad. Ugh. Sorry if I look a little funny. I'm like itching my nose. And when I rub at my nose, it makes my tracking go wonky. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Allergic to streaming, lol. I haven't had problems with this in recent memory, so I don't know why it's suddenly springing up now. But it is, and it's pissing me off. I hate having an itchy nose, it's the worst. I think I'm okay now, though. I'll try to be, at least. What if it was dust? I don't think so. Itchy nose always so annoying. It's specifically like... It's always while I'm streaming that my nose tends to itch the most. And I think it's because I have a nasally voice. Since my voice tends to be on the nasally side, I think it affects my nose to where it starts getting like itchy and irritated when I talk a lot. The key is to speak more from the chest. I do my best. I had to pull out a lot of poison ivy. Got one spot on me. When I did that, mosquitoes drank my soul. So fun. Oh god. That's the most terrible, god-awful combination of things. Poison ivy and mosquito bites? Ew. No. Devastating. I have never had poison ivy rashes that I can remember. I believe I have touched poison oak before, though. Well, not touched, but like I was wearing like shorts while on a hike, and I brushed poison oak. It got my legs. That was not fun. I am very weak to mosquitoes, though, as I have mentioned in previous seasons. Summer is not fun for me! Because the mosquitoes are menaces. It must be me sending you pollen directly through the internet. Hey, don't. I don't think I have pollen allergies, and I don't want to start. So, don't. Don't, please. Thanks. Oni blood is too tasty. It's true. My blood is very tasty and delicious to the mosquitoes. It also means I would be delicious to vampires. If you guys know any, let me know. I don't know where else to put it. Outside? Away? Converted into honey? I don't know, dude. First, my delivery food is over 30 minutes late, so it's cold, and the driver didn't deliver it to the right apartment. No! Extremely messed up. Hitomi and I both ordered a pizza yesterday for dinner, and they delivered just like a completely incorrect order to her, and she reported it on the delivery app, and then she was told to try and call the person who delivered it because they were still close by, and they just immediately sent her call to voicemail and didn't pick up. So they purposefully were like, nah. She was so upset. She did get a full refund because the order that she got just wasn't hers at all, but that's what I thought of just now. But I have also had to do the walk of shame because a driver dropped off food, like, next door. Not even, like, next door of the box that I live in, but, like, next door. And that walk of shame always sucks. At least she got a refund. Yeah, true. I'm glad that she was able to get a full refund. But she was kind of bummed about it because since she got a completely wrong order, she got stuff that she didn't really want, and it also meant that she didn't get the, like, specific side dish she had ordered. And so she had to make some for herself, like, at home, and then wait another 15 minutes before she could eat the pizza. Admittedly, the pizza that I ate was really fucking good, but it also made me feel very sick earlier. I've been sick for a lot of the day, also because of the lack of sleep, but the lack of sleep plus the pizza overload I gave myself last night kicked my butt. But I still have leftover pizza, so I'm gonna have to get to it at some point. I will. Don't worry. I will decimate it. Driver delivered to the exact opposite side of my apartment complex once and had the audacity to tell me I was wrong after I walked around the entire complex looking for it. Who lives in this complex, me or him? I know, right? Why do they act like they know better than I know? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I live in this area. I kind of know. I would know if it was here or not. That was the only good thing about the panini press. Store delivered 3 jars of Prego and like 5 pounds of spaghetti to my house. Wrong house, but family ate good for 2 days. Ooh. That is a pretty lucky event, for sure. Luckily, I don't think I've ever had a completely wrong, like, grocery order. I don't think. Not that I can remember. It's usually restaurants that mess up. But sometimes when they mess up, you end up getting something kind of yummy out of it. Only sometimes, though. Otherwise, you're kind of playing a roulette game. I think the first couple of times it happened to me, I always would try to get not even just the dasher, but like any delivery person's like attention so that they could take the food to the right person. But most of the time I would just be told to keep the wrong order and then they would redeliver the proper order. So I'd just have like excess food and I'd just be like, well, I guess I have to eat this, question mark? Or I guess I have food for later, question mark? If I even eat any of this? Crazy. Yeah, no, even though the pizza kind of made me sick today, it was definitely worth eating last night. God, it was so good. Vacuumed that shit up. I usually do when I get pizza from this place. It's like a special, I guess not fully like special, but it's like a local Onigashima pizza chain. Really fucking good pizza. They have good everything, to be honest. Because they also have like a really good fried chicken meal deal. And they have really good like fat potato wedges. So I love to get the potato wedges as a side dish for my pizza. Mmm, yummy. That's also the pizza place where I made the bobizza. As in I had them put all of the other ingredients on the pizza and then I added the boba when the pizza showed up. That's what I did. Called the store, let them know I got someone spaghetti so they could deliver it proper. Yeah. But I didn't know that they, like, had, like, a policy about, like, not coming back and taking something once you've already, like, taken it, basically. So I try to be, like, really fast about checking, orders in case the stuff that's in the bag is wrong, so that I can try and stop the delivery person before they leave and hand them the thing. Potato wedges are heaven, crispy crust, fluffy interior. I know, and this place does them so well, because the, like, outer coating, they kind of lightly fry them in, like, the same batter that they use to fry the chicken. So it's, like, salty and crunchy on the outside. And then you get, like, the firm but fluffy potato. It's so fucking good. Whoa, that sounds so good. It's so good. I order extra potatoes every time because I want to make sure I have some left over to eat with meals for the next couple of days. They're so yummy. I love them so much. I love a good potato. I don't usually order from this pizza place very often, though, because it can get a little expensive. But it was a nice treat. And then I had leftovers. I wish I had gotten a bigger pizza so I could have had more leftover pizza slices, but I didn't realize how hungry I was until the food arrived last night, and then I vacuumed it, and I was like, oh. I should have gotten a bigger one. Good thing I already had dinner. Yeah, good thing. I got reminded that a local place here does shoestring cut fair fries. Delicious. Oh my god. That sounds so good. I miss fair fries. There's two things I've been thinking about doing this summer. Like, I feel like I've been spending too many summers not really doing fun stuff, so I was kind of thinking in my head the two things I'd like to try and do by myself this summer if I can finally get the courage to leave my box. Is one, I want to go hang out at like a local-ish pool. Not like a full water park really, but like a local pool. And another is going to a fair. Because I really loved going to the fairs during the summer when I was a kid. We're back to the summer nostalgia. Summer as a child nostalgia. But there was a specific fair that Onimama and I went to like every summer. Although usually it would be like late summer because this particular fair would be right before school would start again. And I miss fair food. I miss fair food a lot. Bikini bod, Yuno? Maybe so. Maybe so. Because it would be nice to go swimming. I also just had like a vision of taking a book to the local pool and then getting to hang out in like a lounge chair and enjoy the warm sun. Reading by the water would be nice. I don't read outside enough. It's very underrated. Nice warm weather, ambiance around you. You don't have to worry about lighting because the sun's out. Would be a fun and chill time. I don't know if I would have the means to do something like that this summer, but I've just been thinking about it. I like to go to an amusement park again sometime, too. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, but the amusement park goal I'm kind of thinking about saving for autumn, because I've always wanted to go to an amusement park during the autumn, like Halloween spooky season. So that might be a good one to save for around then, because it would be nicer. It would be like nicer temperature. Nicer temperature. I wouldn't have to worry about dying from heat exhaustion. And all my cuter clothes are stuff that I have to wear in layers anyway. So if I want to go looking cute, probably better to go in autumn. And less bugs, true. Big plus, big plus. Dealing with bugs is, like, probably the worst part of outside. I don't like bugs. But I just feel like there's been such a, like, long period of time where I haven't really done stuff, that I used to really love, especially in summer, but I guess, like, kind of in general. I just kind of want to try and, like, if I'm able, devote the resources to trying to venture out and do more fun, silly stuff. Touch more grass. And, like, my family doesn't really like the same stuff that I do. So I can't exactly, like, ask my family to drive me to these things and then just, like, drop me off. That just feels kind of weird and like I'm using them for a free Uber or whatever. So I'd rather just, like, set it up for myself and go on adventures. I think that would be neat. Also an excuse to look for the cream cheese soft pretzel. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to find that. That beautiful, beautiful, amazing soft pretzel is only, in my campus city. And that one is specifically like a winter venture, because that was part of a winter market. So for that, I would have to, like, fully travel. Which I have been thinking about doing. I've been wanting to revisit that city for a very long time. But that requires even more money than my day trip thoughts. Like, most of the stuff I talked about just now would basically be the equivalent of a day trip for me. So it would still be a little pricey, but it would not be too difficult. Meanwhile, if I were to go visit my campus, it would be full-on travel. I'd be, like, gone for a period of time so that I could go hang out there, and I'd have to worry about paying for room and board and such, which is expensive. And I also don't really know if I should afford myself that kind of luxury. Something, paying bills and eating food is more important. And it's so hard to save in current economy, so that one is probably a little bit more far off. Why must it cost so much to exist? I know, right? Why does it cost so much to exist, and then why does it cost so much to, like, make living on Earth less hell? Because it's one thing to have enough money to be able to pay for the stuff that one needs, right? But then it's another to also prepare for, like, a luxury, like a trip. So messed up. That's why I'm crossing all my fingers and my toes that once I set up the YouTube channel, it pops off, because I would like there to be additional income so that this Oni can actually, like, live a life. And I see all these things about YouTubers who have around the same numbers as me, but they're able to make enough money to, like, do really cool stuff. And they do it full time, so I'm just like, well, that could be me. That could be me someday. Ew. Your old model kind of reminds me of the Poison Girl. Do you know how little that narrows it down? Also, why are we talking about her? She's dead. How do we get sorry, I was about to say Auntie Anne's, and I know you guys always make fun of me when I say that. How do we get an Auntie Anne's pretzel machine to Yuno's house? God, I wish. But I mean, Auntie Anne's does sell, like, the frozen, like, pretzel dough, so you could just, like, make it at home. So that would probably be an option. I do have an air fryer. Auntie Anne's, shut up! Leave me alone! It's my Onigashima accent, okay? Purchase a mall, live above the food court. God, I wish! I wouldn't care about any of the other shops in the mall. As long as the food court was still alive, I'd be happy. If anything, all of the other stores that used to exist could be replaced by other food options. So that way I just have every food thing I ever crave in the building below me. And all for free. Yeah, all for free because I'm the owner of the business. I will single-handedly bring back malls. Mall food courts. Yeah, you guys have seen the dough? When my younger cousin was a Boy Scout, they got to sell the pre-made dough as part of their fundraising. Wait, was he? No, he was a Boy Scout. I don't remember if that was a Boy Scout thing they did or if that was related to his, like, school fundraiser. But they sold the pretzel dough. And because I loved Annie Ann soft pretzels, I made Onimama get a lot. They had the regular pretzels, like the ones with the salt, and then they also had the option for the cinnamon sugar pretzels, which were pretty good. I forgot her name, basically a girl in a green kimono who would test poison on herself. Are you talking about Apothecary Diaries? Are you talking about Mau Mau? 1.0 does not look like Mau Mau.
Miss, you look like the girl from Apothecary Diaries because you wear green.
They don't look remotely similar. Hairstyle's not the same. Eye color's not the same. Hair color's not the same. Outfit isn't even close to being similar. I guess maybe the bottom kimono part, maybe? But, like, it's a completely different shade of green. Mau Mau has, like, a purple maroon colored skirt. 1.0 Yuno is green all the way down. What do you mean? They don't look the same at all.
But you look the same because colors.
No. Just because you see one color that's kind of similar to something else, that doesn't mean that that is true. God, every time. And it was always with 1.0 too. Although I was getting it a lot when I switched to purple initially. And he kept trying to compare me to any, like, remotely purple anime woman. Your 1.0 looks like the Hulk? Yeah, I'm sure. You look just like the girl from that one anime. Yeah, I'm sure. I also probably look like 6 different characters in Genshin. You look like this one character that looks nothing like you. I mean, I would get it if you said vibes, because I think someone has said that my personality reminds them of Mao Mao before, and I can kind of see it. Personality, sure. Not looks. We can't just be saying things because there's one similar color. Like, you guys remember what 1.0 looks like. In case you don't know what Mao Mao looks like, I'll get you a picture of Mao Mao. Hold, please. That's not what I wanted. This? You think this looks like 1.0? Are you sure? Are you sure, though? Are you sure? Corporate needs you to find the difference between these two pictures. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of differences. If color is all we need, you know you looking like Grimace today. So true. Where is my Grimace shake? Craving my McNuggies, etc. You look like Toyota from the hit Otome game Bustafellows. I actually don't agree. I think maybe... You could argue maybe in face shape, but... I think my eyes look different, and... I guess maybe bangs a little could be Toyota coded. But she definitely made Toyota way more baby girl than me. I think I am less baby girl than Toyota, but that's okay. You look like Watcher / ban. / remove user from channel. How dare you? Earlier today, Hitomi and I were talking about the new characters that got introduced in Bustafellows 2, and we had to remember that Watcher existed, and we looked at his full body sprite, and God. You know, Sumeragi Kohaku draws such beautiful characters, but I just hate Watcher too much to appreciate his design at all, and he just looks so ugly to me. When you hate a character so much that they just look ugly. Not even my favorite artist can save you, bro. You're cooked. You're washed. But yeah, like, I don't see the similarities between 1.0 and Mao Mao at all. Like, again, the green top might be the only justification, but you can't just say that because it's a green top. Like, I don't look similar to her in any other way. Shoes aren't right, skirt's not right. Hairstyle, eye color. Nothing else. So it's just any girl with a green shirt now is 1.0? I guess so. You look like Senjo Kahara. I don't even know who that is. Is that even a character? Because I googled Senjo Gahara and all I'm getting is, like, a path. Like a hiking trail. Is that the joke? Monogatari? Oh, okay. I've never watched Monogatari, so... I just googled like a dumb person. Yeah, I know this one doesn't work either. I know that's the joke, but still. There isn't that much. We need to see her thighs to be sure. Mao Mao's thighs? Lewd. Maybe it's similar mood. Well, again, I have been compared personality-wise to Mao Mao, but I don't think that we look similar. Senjo Gahara Kitagi. No, I found her. I'm looking at her. She's cute, but I don't look like this. I don't look like that. You're not like Senjo Gahara personality-wise. She's hyper tsundere. She's more like Kaya. Makes sense. Yuno looks more like Barney, really. Maybe if I could have the brain cell, I could compare more than color. It's not even the right shade of purple on Barney! Man. Because Barney's more like a red purple. Or like a more like magenta purple. He's not really like grape purple, like me. If we're going Monogatari, Yuno is more Hanekawa. I don't know who that is either. Hanekawa. Monogatari. Ah, glasses and twin braids, you're right. I don't know anything about her. Oh, she has an alternate personality? Interesting. What is Monogatari even about, man? I truly have no idea. She's a nerd. Her alternate self is the one that did the cat tongue twister, the cat tongue twister known well in Weep fandom. Oh. Yeah. I've seen people try to do that tongue twister. I think I was also asked to do it in one of my voice acting streams once. Crazy. It probably took so much practice to be able to do. Barney has a tail, but horns be the tails of the head. That is the biggest stretch I've ever seen somebody make. Do you want to sign up for the fucking Olympics for how crazy that leap was? You should sign up for the Olympics, bro. It's a supporting harem, supernatural mystery sort of show, very dialogue heavy, carried by shaftisms. Oh, I see. Hold up, he's spitting. Bro's not spitting anything! Bro's got cotton mouth with how dry it is in there. Monogatari is about a guy who deals with spiritual occurrences that often interact with him or to the women around him. Oh, I see. Aren't there like a bunch of different Monogatari too? Or are they all based around the same guy and like the same group of girls? Or is it one of those like, it's like set in the same universe but it's a different cast? All around the same people. Oh, interesting. Same core group. Okay. You know, just saying facts. No. I'm the one that argues with facts and logic, remember? Same cast, expanding, adapted out of order. So, like, the anime was adapted out of order from the, I presume, like, light novels? Or do you mean that the story is purposefully being told out of order? Yes. Fair enough. Understandable. Have a good day. One of them is about one of the supporting girls in her journey, but most are told from the guy Araragi-kun. Interesting. I wonder if I would like it. I never watched it. I don't want to say when it was airing, because I don't think that's correct. Verbiage. If you like a lot of talking, you'll like it. I do kind of love dialogue-focused stories, because dialogue is one of my writing strengths, so I do like a story that has a lot of yapping. I will consider. The spiritual occurrences are often used to dive into the struggles and psyche of the character, sort of personifying their worries and struggles. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of neat. The opening shot of the anime is wild, by the way. I mean, from what little I know of the Monogatari series, I do know that it gets kind of crazy. Because isn't that the show that has the toothbrushing scene? You know the one? Yep, that's what I thought. That might be the only thing I know about it, and that might be why I never watched it. Yeah, I know it was with his sister. That's season 2? Oh man. They get into it early. Okay. Back when I was younger and into anime, I clutched my pearls at the idea that they would have a scene like that where he brushes his sister's teeth in such a lewd, crazy way. And I was like, ugh, I could never watch something like that. That's so disgusting. Now I'm a grown-ass woman, and I'm just like, well, fiction is fiction. Would be interesting to know the context. If you can accept its strange and in-your-face lewdness, it is a good watch. Yeah, I think the main reason I stayed away from it when I was younger was just because of the fact I knew that it was lewd, and I was more of a pearl clutcher back then. But now I'm just like, whatever. Good fiction has problematic shit in it. It's just a fact of life. Good thing I don't have a sibling. I only watched it because I have gingivitis. Did you get some good tips? Say so, Yuno. There was a time where I was too nervous to watch stuff like that. That dam broke the first time I decided to watch a yaoi. But part of what I liked about yaoi back then was the fact that it felt so taboo to me because it was just so intimate, so explicit. But I used to be way more pearl clutchy. Even when I was in like high school, I used to be kind of pearl clutchy. Probably part of being a Tumblr girl is I had that like really cringe, like holier than thou point of view when it came to a lot of fiction and media and stuff, and I would avoid it if I thought it was even a tad problematic. Because I thought that watching was an endorsement and shit like that. I don't really think that way anymore. I honestly think that your worldview will be better expanded if you read really problematic stuff. Or if you, like, consume more problematic media. Because if you're able to just look at it, you know, critically and, like, as a media or an art form versus assuming that it's some sort of, like, moral standing, then, you know, I think it's fine. That's just my onion. Yuno's Awakening? True. Granted, the anime that I watched that was my awakening was like a pretty fluffy yaoi, all things considered. It did have, you know, gay sex. And that was the thing that made it so taboo to preteen teen me, was the fact that I was watching people do it. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. Oh, that's that's where Renai Circulation's from. I was thinking that in my head. I was like, isn't Monogatari where Renai Circulation's from? But I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong. Good to know I remembered correctly. The fingers go where? Oh, you think they were using their fingers? They don't worry about that stuff in yaoi. Magic just instantly happens. Weeb Anthem mentioned. It might be an interesting one to watch. Maybe I should watch it, and like, I could maybe make a video essay or write a review with my thoughts if I decide to watch it. I am currently watching something else right now, though. I started it this morning since I was forced awake and couldn't go back to sleep. Picnic, I've got raw meat. Does that work? Are you willing to cook it on a grill? Or like a little barbecue thingy at the picnic venue? If so, then yes. If not, we can't really eat that. That song from that show, wrong, weeb card gone, revoked, normie, 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 re. Yeah, true. I was definitely scared that was gonna happen to me. Even though I just made a whole case about why I never actually watched the show, so of course I wouldn't be certain, but you know. I do know Renai Circulation. You totally can if you're not a coward. Well, I don't really know if I want to take a raw meat gamble on this fine picnic day. Thank you. I would prefer not to. Food safety would be preferred. I don't know where that meat came from. You didn't even specify what kind of meat it is, so forgive me for being a little frightened. Wait. My nose is starting to itch again. Why? Boy. One of the many Yunoisms is hue. It's Ligma. No! Ayla-sama. I have another case study of Ligma for you if you ever want to do a Ligma awareness stream again. I apparently have it. Submitting myself as a live testimonial. Nah, I'm fine. The idea that Ligma would cause an itchy nose is, very tragic. I was getting paid by Big Lig. Big Lig. Instead of the big wigs, it's by the big ligs for Ligma. Ligma nose. No! Ew, what? I don't know why I thought of this when you said that, but I was watching a YouTuber that I like react to a really bad like vertical drama. I'm sure you guys know about those. But she was reacting to a really bad vertical drama, and there was a part where the main girl was like going to finally start making out with her on again, off again love interest, and for some reason and she pointed this out as like they must have like messed up this take and just decided to keep it for some reason, but instead of like kissing him on the mouth, for some reason she just starts like making out with his chin. Cause she missed, like they didn't connect lips for some reason, so she just starts like making out with like his chin, like right under his mouth. And it's such a weird image. She does it for several seconds, and the creator's just like, I think she missed. Why are we seeing this? It was so funny. Vertical dramas are truly a work of art. I don't think they care at all, and there's just something about that that is kind of awesome, that just seems really freeing. Can't kiss on the first date, mom's chin. It wasn't even the first date. They had like a stupid fucking argument in the backseat of a limo. And he was like, you're always so stupid and making these reckless decisions. And she's just like, well, don't you like it a little bit reckless, a little bit untamed? And then she kisses his chin. And I'm like, why? Girl, how did you guys miss so bad? But she just goes for it, which, like, okay, maybe they think that's hot. Maybe that's something that they got up to in their 5 years of being together before they broke up because of a very, very stupid misunderstanding. Who knows? Always keep them guessing. God, if it wasn't for the fact that you have to pay for those stupid verticals on the stupid apps, it would be so funny to watch a vertical drama with you guys. Because I don't know if you've ever actually, like, seen one. You've probably heard of them, but I don't know if you've ever seen one. I just think it'd be really funny to try and watch one with you guys. They get so weird. Should have opened his mouth so she would kiss the lip. He would have had to, like, not unhinge his jaw, but he would have had to, like, open his mouth a lot in order for her to make it to the lip. And even then, she still had her mouth, like, open, so she'd be, like, eating his lip. I think that's worse. I think that's kind of worse. Yuck. Not the makes out with your chin recklessly. Blech. That bot's just so weird. I find it funnier that the guy didn't even realign himself. That's why she thought that it must have just been, like, a mistake that they decided to leave in. Because they do eventually, like, cut, and then they're able to, like, kiss normally, but they leave the fuck up in for some reason. It's so funny. The ones from the YouTube ads? Sometimes. I personally don't usually see them advertised to me, which is crazy. You would think I would be a prime audience, but... that's not usually what I get ads for on the YouTube. But I do think, like, the average person has heard of them through ads on, like, the Shorts algo. And, you know, some of these apps do also just, like, post short snippets from the drama to try and get you to download the app so that you can watch the whole thing. Which is just crazy to me. And that money adds up real quick. Which is why I probably wouldn't actually go through with watching one with you guys, unless I could find, if I could sail the 7 seas and find one, maybe. But I don't think I would actually get one of these apps and get all of the parts. I feel like I would rather do anything else with my money. Literally anything else. But it would be funny to watch. They're so goofy. I feel like most of them are also, like, aimed at women, too. Because I feel like most of the people I see react to them are women. I can think of a couple male YouTubers I watch that sometimes watch them, but it's mostly girls. And the target audience is clearly meant to be, like, young girls. So we need to launch Yuno Bites, Yuno Bits, Yuno Bacon. Yuno Bacon. I mean, I hear that you can, like, rack up a decent amount of money writing for them and acting for them. the stipend that they pay for the filming is allegedly can be pretty good. And when you're a struggling actor, sometimes you just take what you can get. It is soaps. Well, they're kind of written like soap operas, but not always. To me, I feel like they're kind of written more like what if a fan fiction was turned into a show. They do have a lot of melodrama like soap operas, though. I guess you could argue it's like the modern soap opera. I guess crazy. But I think the thing with a soap opera is that it does still have like the up and down kind of balance of like emotional peak and then like lowering down to something kind of normal and then raising the stakes again and then letting them lower. The problem with these vertical shows is that they're always like so high and it's just drama after drama, big dramatic thing after big dramatic thing, and there isn't really like a moment to breathe because they pack a bunch of like crazy stuff into these like limited shorts windows because they want you to get overwhelmed and have that desire to like click to go into the next one and spend more money to watch it. So I think the problem is that they're more like constantly in your face with everything that's going on with their plot twists versus a soap opera where it would be slightly more balanced. At least in my opinion. Obviously, soap operas are still pretty dramatic, but I think that they are less dramatic than some of these freaking vertical shorts, which is, you know, big statement, but I think it's a true one. I'm just so fascinated by them. Such a weird little market. Anything to keep people on their dang phones, I suppose. Soaps versus industrial detergents. True. True. You're so right. That is probably the best way to put it. Don't know why I get them. Maybe it's the manga recap channels I follow. Maybe? I don't know. The shorts algorithm is kind of funky because if you ever accidentally watch like more than a second of a short, even if you're trying to like scroll past it because you don't want to watch it, I feel like that makes your algo think that you do want to watch more of that stuff, so then it just immediately starts flooding your algorithm with more of it. I knew Indian soap operas had gone too far when I saw the curtain scene. What is the curtain scene? Do I actually want to know? I've never heard anything about this. Color me a little curious. But I suppose there is also a chance I don't actually want to know. That's ominous. I know. I'm just like, the curtain scene? Which one? You could say the curtain scene was curtains for the Indian soap opera scene. Ha 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 ha. Good one. Good one, bro. Never heard that before. Thank you, Tomato Thrower. Throwing it from the YouTube chat to the Twitch chat. Long distance toss. Free fruit. True. YouTube blocked my comment. It's a funny scene, don't worry. Oh god. The fact that YouTube filtered it. Ooh. Scary. It's aimed towards you, but we'll go with that. Why me? I was just the messenger. Let's presume I ducked. I ducked because I have expert dodging skills. Obviously. I'm a fit and athletic Oni. Goose? No! Not goose. You know Ultra Instinct? Yeah. That's what the U in Yuno stands for. Yes, Ultra Instinct, natural Oni. Assume duck, got it. I'd say aim low, but it's Yuno. She's already down there. Leave me alone! I'm taller! Full neuron activation when Buno sees yaoi in any media. Not any media. I have to believe the yaoi. I will be curious if I find out that something I'm watching is gonna be gay though, and then I'm like, oh, really? Doesn't hurt. That's fair. She does have 5 stacks to minimize passively. That means my evasiveness is crazy. I'm just I'm just capable of dodging everything. It took until OniMon 101 to find out what Yuno stands for. I know, I have finally given you the information. You're welcome. No, I have not seen Game Oververse. Or Game Overs. I have not watched it. The trailer, the like teaser trailer they had posted seemed okay to me, I guess. But I didn't feel super inclined to watch the full thing. I have heard mixed things about the pilot. Everything except Body Slam, which has a 100% hit chance on a minimized target. Well, luckily you guys aren't gonna Body Slam me, right? You are balls of fire. I think you are primarily special attackers. I don't even think you would know Body Slam. Don't smile! Don't just smile at me! Why would you even have that? Maybe? Did you guys go see the Move Tutor without my permission? Egg training? Oh, it's an egg move. You got it from your parents. I asked using Mind Reader? No. You can't actually read my mind, it's impenetrable. You try to look in there and it's just a brick wall. You can't see anything. No. We're all very calorie dense, being fire and all. Sorry, physics says we're all fat friends. No! Oh god, and there's too many of you, I'll probably die. Why is this wall made of yaoi? Can't believe your head is literally Donald. I don't know which is funnier. Both are pretty good. Awesome. I love it here. Great job, team. 2 killer jokes back to back. including mine, of course. Sure. I mean, I mentioned specifically 2 jokes. We can't really include a 3rd. But if you want to feel included, sure. 2 in a row. A new record! True. Usually it's just one, like, big zinger that we laugh about for, like, 30 minutes, and then a new zinger. We'll replace it. Usually. It's rare that we get a wombo combo. 2, that's more than 1! Whoa. And they said we couldn't do it. Dub one and give it to the next guy? Wait, 4 jokes? I don't know if that's possible. I don't think you could get a 4 times combo. You'll forever chase the center cut of the beef high. 40 minutes of glory. God, that truly was a stream ever. We still think about her. Heat crash also hits minimize? Oh no. You would probably definitely have heat crash. Think fast, uses protect. Oh no. Well, I'm probably not weak to fire, so maybe you wouldn't do too much damage to me, even if you did manage to hit me. Probably just neutral damage. Gotta call in Mama Dodge to use haste on you. No! She would too, because she hates me. She hates me. These moves do double damage against minimize. Well, double of neutral damage would still not really be that much. So it's fine. It's fine. Although I'm probably not very, physically defensive. I probably have high special attack and high special defense. And then also the high evasiveness, but... I think we're working with unknown level stats. Yeah, true. Can we salt cure Saul Yuno? Your Geta would suffer the most in a fight against the clan of Damadachi? Why am I Geta? Why are you aiming at my shoes? Hitomi has the best friend ability, auto-removes buffs to keep the bestie humble. That's so fucked up. Why are we even talking about moves that can hit through minimize then if my passive minimize is taken away? This is fucked up. The strategy would just be that you keep Hitomi on the field. My powerful ability Wimp Out will save us all. Ay ay ay. You know, already complaining about the meta? Because it's bullshit! What's the point in giving me a passive buff if there's a very obvious counter? Everybody would just be running Hitomi against me the whole time. Balance? Not really! Not really! I can't believe Damos would target the Geta to force bare feet. Can't believe it, I say. Can't picture it. Imagine feet. Oi. Uno uses Dance of the Flower to distract the fact that her kimono has burnt off. Oh, from you guys using heat crush over and over? I mean, I guess. I brought this up before, though, but you guys don't actually burn me when you touch me. I guess technically you could still burn my clothes, though. I'd still prefer you not do that. But you don't really have, like, fire that burns, per se. Like, it burns in the sense that it keeps you alive, but I don't think, like, you could actively burn a thing. Or, like, a surface or whatever. Because, like, technically the flame is made out of your soul. It's made out of, like, essence. It's not, like, literal fire. Fan service. Please don't get excited about that. Also, calories, true. It is also powered by calories. That is true. Real beast mode would be to use Zap Cannon and laugh confidently every single time it misses. That's crazy. Ay, ay, ay. That feels like a harem fantasy rom-com jump cut for the ad break. You realize I'm fire resistant, right? You can't burn me. Back from the break. My clothes! Kya! I didn't think you would aim for my clothes! How could you do this to me, senpai? Now I'm so embarrassed. My oppai are just everywhere. The oppai overfloweth. Crazy. I like the moe response. This me too, for real. You know, as quantum oppai. Yeah, sure. I can't believe you did that. Now I'm just breasting boobily everywhere. Yeah. My god, that's so embarrassing. You're just fueling my mind right now. I'm sorry, if you think this is genuine, I didn't realize you were in such dire need of fan service. I am clearly mocking the idea, and you're taking this as fuel. But whatever, I love that for you. Live your truth. May you one day get the fan service you properly deserve. Probably won't be from me. Not like this, true. No Oiranchi? I mean, yes, there will be Oiranchi stuff eventually. It's not gonna be like this, though. When in dire situations, even the silliest of fake fan service will have to suffice. I guess that's just what happens when you're that low on Unonium. I guess that's just what happens to you. Then we pick an era. 90s Yukeo senpai with a nosebleed. 1000s tsundere beatdown. 10s you cast God's light and the light censors everything to free up your hands for the beatdown. True. What about for the 20s? Now that we're in 2026, we should have a pretty solid idea of what the vibe is for anime in this time period, right? What Unonium deficiency will do to a Dama. You guys are silly. Silly is our soul, the fire burns with silly energy. Yeah, silly energy and calories, as has been established. That is what makes up a Damarachi flame. Also explains why you need to eat food all the time, and why you steal my food. You need it so you have more calories to burn. Which is like, fine, I guess. Fine, I guess. Ooh. Got an email about a thing that I'm working on. Yes. That's exciting. I'm gonna have to look at that. Maybe in a little bit. Live reaction. Yeah, live reaction to an email pop-up. I'm just like, oh. 20 is its live stream sub, so you're holding a censor sign that says, man, the Blu-ray is gonna be spicy. Awesome. True, 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 true. They purposefully draw the lewd version of me like off model so that it's like less high quality, and there's like an asterisk that's like purchase the Blu-ray to see what she actually looks like. Blu-ray that'll be available in like 9 months. Before, meh. After, meh. Hey, I'm more expressive than that. I didn't actually read the emails. I saw the notification that I got them, and I was like, oh, yippee. But, you know, not yet. Is it like the, Sao movie Blu-ray where the frame is slightly uncropped? You can see. Oh my god, I didn't know that was a thing! What? That's crazy. Sure. Maybe. Who knows? I'm an Oinon. Anything's possible if you believe. Whatever gets me the most Blu-ray sales. At this point, it's all about the sellout, baby. Anything can happen. That's so crazy. Well, I need more water. Oh, I literally just finished taking my sip, but I guess I will drink more water. Thank you for the hydrate. Part 2. Oh, we're going again? Is this the game we're playing now? Okay, thank you. Part 3. Double tapped. Oh, baby, a triple of water. Love that for me. Lim, 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 lim. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Hydrated Oni is a good Oni. This is true. I do love water. I love to drink it. I love to swim in it. I'm chillin'. When did I get that email, actually? Because I need to make sure I reply. I mean, I guess time doesn't really matter, but... Okay. Like... over an hour ago. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. Because it's the internet, you become a meme template. Sign edits include, you really can't afford the view without this sign, your ad here, rage bait, and uncensored pics for $9.99 on OnlyFans. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, hey, if you become a meme template, I feel like that's going to get you some recognizability. Gotta count for something, right? My goodness, that's a crazy first-time chat, but hello, welcome in. I hope he'll be okay? Question mark? Forgive me. I tend to be a little bit skeptical with first-time messages that are like this. But, you know, I do hope he'll be okay. The classic. Yeah, the classic move. It's that meme of the guy like shooting the basket that's like all the way on the moon or whatever. Gotta shoot your shot somehow trying to get a greeting from a streamer. I get why you would do it in like a chat that was more active and like going crazy, but I always find it kind of strange when things like this even happen in like slow chats, because I'm just like, why? You could have just spoken normally. It worked though, respect. I mean, I kept it very vague. Didn't actually read the message. Streamers say my name? No. You only get your name said if you pay for it. Always has been that way, always will be. The exception is for a members stream where the community is like rather small. I might say names in members streams. You give me money though and I will. They did technically pay too, yeah, exactly. But streamer! No buts. You gotta pay the Oiron what she deserves. I have a butt. No butts. No butts permitted. Hating bad jokes it is. This is messed up. This is messed up. One shawarma and a Sprite works. If you're giving me the money to get that, then sure. Best I can do is $3.50. Good enough. How are you supposed to pay what you deserve when you deserve the world? See? Why can't y'all be more like this guy? I'm kidding, by the way. Now that's how you suck up to the streamer. Boo that guy, boo. Mother didn't raise a liar? Wow! That's crazy. You don't think I deserve the world? That's crazy. Tomato for purple. Yeah, you're actually throwing it at the Twitch chat this time? Makes sense. Fair enough. I'll have to settle for a small, medium-sized country. Okay. That's acceptable. You know, getting many things you desire. Man, I wish. Hello, Buno. Happy OniMon. We can only give you half of the world. Final offer. I don't mind getting half of the world. I am a half Oni, after all. I feel like it would, match up. Can I get, like, the cool half? Also, is it being split vertically or horizontally? This is important. Give her the saltwater half. That's fine. I'll take that. Cool half is for Damadachi? What? The North Pole specifically? So I get the Northern Hemisphere? Yuno fell for the oldest RPG trick in the book. Nah, it's fine. Granted, the world has been split physically, causing both sides to explode. Thank fucking God. You're welcome, guys. We're all free. It was a good run. We're all free now. No more world. At long last. I don't know about you, but I think we deserve this. This is why you're our champion. Let's go! Sweet release! We can't give you the cool half. Your hotness would make both halves hot. Oh, okay, so you do have a little bit of game. Congratulations. We didn't think it was possible. But fine, you can have the cool half. I'll just stay on the hot half and make it hotter. So that way when it explodes, it's a big explosion. With extra fire. Hell yeah. I have negative game, but you know cute, this is known. Is this known? Is this proven? Might need to see your sources for that one. Hello! Oh, Hanaki, welcome in. Hope you were having a good night so far. You know cute is a scientifically backed theorem? Really? Senator, give her our source. Senator? Which of you got voted in to be senator? Who? Senator Armstrong? Oh man. The sources, I made it the fuck up. Let's go! I'm so proud of you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, okay. Sure. I will just accept what is happening. That is apparently my role in this improv scene. Okay. I should probably actually wrap up soon though, gamers. Due to the lack of sleep and the icky that I have felt for a good portion of the day, I should probably try to get some proper rest at this point. I have a cover to listen to after this, speaking of heat. Hell yeah! Listen to 8 million covers. Where is the sleeper DM? If I gave that to you guys, you would abuse it too often, and I would have to end streams to eep. But yeah, hopefully tonight will be a better rest. I do feel a lot better after chatting with you guys. I was thinking about maybe having to cancel OniMon because I wasn't sure if I was gonna feel better, but luckily, I feel good. So this will hopefully mean that I can sleep well. Oh, thanks to the pollen I've been setting, no doubt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is helping a lot. Oh, that sniffle actually hurt. It actually made my nose burn. Fuck, my commitment to the bit. Ow! That sucked. Anyway. That was dumb as hell. So anyways, tomorrow I'll be playing the game Socks. Socks is a matching kind of game. If you remember when I played like Tidy Backpack and the game with like sorting the office workers, it's like that style of puzzle game, but it's with socks. So we're like matching up socks in a laundry basket. It's that kind of a game. I've had this code for a long time. I was supposed to cover it a while ago. But I haven't had time, so I'll finally be covering it now. And then the next stream will be Friday. That'll be our temporary new members day. The time is the same, but I'm changing the day to Friday to see if it works better for us. I want the day to be like slightly more available for you guys because I feel like members have gotten real busy and Saturday is kind of like a really bad day to plan members stuff because like everybody does a lot of stuff on Saturday nights. So I think to avoid it, it might be better to try and put it on Fridays. We'll see how it goes. And then finally finishing Love Limit on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll be playing Inconveni, which I actually forgot to mention earlier. I am actually an official ambassador for Inconveni, the game. I was confirmed a while ago, but it was like right around when I had my big mental crash out, and then I took a hiatus, so I didn't get a chance to properly announce it. But it's another goal of mine as a VTuber, to check off the list that I get to be an official ambassador for a game. That's fun. That's cool. So I'll be playing that finally on Sunday. RIP to my standing as an ambassador. I feel like I've done basically nothing to be worthy of being an ambassador because of how everything's gone, but you know. It's okay. I'm still looking forward to playing the game at least, and showcasing it and seeing how cute and silly it is. But that's the plan for the rest of the week. So that will be all from me. I'm gonna try and get some good rest. I can feel my brain starting to slow down, so it's probably good I'm ending here. But until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu!